Welcome back, everybody. It is Friday, February 12th, 2021. Paul Rodriguez Show at a Studio 44. Producer James is back in the building, rocking that hashtag no ads, that Echo gear with that Star Wars underneath layered up because it is colder than hell right now here in Lockhart, America. Coming through. It is, it's pretty cold, James. I was talking about yesterday how I went to go pull the trash can back to the curb and nearly slipped and fell in the icy ditch there. But man, when I didn't know how cold it was, and I just went out there with the shorts and a t-shirt, and I was sadly mistaken of how cold it can get and how cold it will be getting soon in the mix. I guess when you ask the Lord for a storyline that's going to probably break the news cycle in the sports world, that is, he's going to deliver. And I think he delivered through Jack Easterby of the Houston Texans. We all kind of knew this was coming, but J.J. Watt has been released from the Houston Texans. He went to Twitter to directly communicate with his fans and all over the nation and the sports world as well, giving a 2-minute video of how grateful he was to the Houston Texans and how it was a mutual decision for them to part ways. That ended up saving the Houston Texans about $17 million in this year's cap for 2021. JJ will be sorely missed in Houston. JJ's done a lot for the community, not only after Harvey, but also through all of his philanthropic endeavors. For those who don't know, the Watt Foundation has done a lot for local communities. I think the Hayes community out in Hayes County has been impacted by some of the donations that he does to some of the underfunded communities for their local municipalities and sports ventures that they have going on, sponsored by the city. So shout out to J.J. Watt for doing a great job, being a great human. Where the hell is he going to land, James? Where do you think do you think he's going to Green Bay?
Green Bay Packers.
Do you think he's going to join AR-12 in Wisconsin?
I think it's very well possible. As much as, you know me, I'm the biased Packers fan, but I definitely think it's possible.
You saw that subtle flex with him this morning about 9 a.m. on his Twitter with that Wisconsin Badger red hoodie he had on. You see the cap? No logo on the cap. Did you notice that?
No.
Man, that's kind of the things I look for. I'm like, what are the brands? What's the flex? Log cabin, though, probably up in Wisconsin, real cozy looking inside. That's not your typical Abraham Lincoln log cabin. This one looked a little more swanky. But J.J. Watt has been released. I know you're probably pushing for the Green Bay Packers to lock up that. But J.J. is going to chase a ring. If that deal does not get done with Shaq Barrett in Tampa Bay, are we going to see the Gentlemen's Club, the country club could be in Tampa, where they're going for two?
Yeah. Yeah, if he wanted to chase a ring, that'd definitely be a spot, you know.
I mean,
it's got to be on the radar.
He's going to be making probably about $5 million a year, $5-6 million, maybe less. $4 to $6 million, I think, is what he's going to ask, or he's going to demand to go get a ring. I mean, you have him. That's not much of a drop off with Shaq Barrett and J.J. Watt. I mean, what do you think?
I mean, just raises their chances of making it back to the Super Bowl.
He's a bigger body than Shaq.
Yeah,
I think his skill set at batting balls is going to be his greatest asset. He's going to know. He's going to get to play in a much more, I think, looser style of defense. He can kind of just do his own thing. I think with Todd Bowles, allowing that front four to do what they want is going to be real special for him. Other teams that other people are talking about, have you heard anybody else? Pittsburgh is up. His brothers, I think his younger brother has been released, but I know TJ's there. They're going to come out together. You think that TJ gets top billing, be introduced last if JJ joins him?
Definitely.
Definitely what?
Definitely,
TJ's going to go last?
Yeah, the better JJ. The better Watt.
The better Watt. I mean, TJ Watt did get left out of Defensive Player of the Year this year for some odd reason. Aaron Donald got it. I have no effing idea. Why? You tell me why. I mean, TJ was much more dominant than Aaron Donald this year. Maybe it was because of the fall from grace the Packers had their last 8 games of the season, or 7 games mainly. But J.J. Watt, man, I'd like to – I mean, some people are saying San Francisco. He could get a deal out there, a nice little $4 million deal. I don't know about the state taxes. He wouldn't like that too much, none. But Tampa Bay, Green Bay, maybe the Chiefs.
I think he's gonna make this decision carefully, as he should.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, minus the not winning a ring in Houston.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that he's dissatisfied with the front office and the way things are being held. So he's gonna pay attention to that while looking. You don't just want to chase a ring, but you want to make sure that they're gonna be making the right moves. You know what I mean?
They sure making some good moves in Tampa.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, Tom Brady's just back there, just sipping avocado tequila, getting loose,
Getting escorted.
remissing his days in Ann Arbor, living his best life on a $2 million yacht, getting police escorts everywhere he goes so he doesn't get a little mishap, throwing Lombardis from boat to boat. My God, what a life, right?
The goat life of a goat.
I mean, goat life, right? Somebody's gonna make that a damn T-shirt. I bet.
Yeah.
Goat life. They're just gonna put a goat, maybe with the TB12 on it logo, and then put life underneath. Maybe we should do that. Let us know in the comments if we should do that.
Is that like his logo, the TB12?
Yeah, have you seen it? I mean, dude, he's got a whole he's trying to corner that sports nutrition supplemental corner. He's got a whole line of products. I'm sure he's got some protein powders and maybe meal kits. I mean, he's gonna get into that arena, man.
All he has to do is put his face on it.
Yeah, his logo. I mean, his logo is very well known. I mean, he's got merch out for sure. But if you got 35 to 60-year-old guys who got a good chunk of change, they're all like, "Oh, I take TB12 supplements.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look like Tom Brady. I don't have any gray." I'm like, "You're full of it, dude. Shut the hell up. You're full of nonsense. You're full of plastic surgery and vodka. Get the hell out of here." J.J. Watt, though, man, thank you so much for everything you did for the Houston Texans and the state of Texas. He'll always be an honorary Texan, I'm sure. But that damn ship in Houston, man, it's just going down faster and faster. And there was I saw on McAfee's show, they had interviewed Rappaport, and Rappaport saying that the Houston Texan front office, they're very aware of what's going on. Like, they understand, they believe that they're making the right moves. And I would highly question their decision making, because this isn't the Patriots. You don't have Bill Belichick, and you damn sure don't have Tom Brady winning Super Bowls to where you can just 86 all of your top end talent. It don't work like that. Maybe there for a little while, 20 years, but eventually Tom left and he went up and got a ring by himself.
I saw a post earlier showing the star power that Houston in general has lost within the NBA in James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and then in Houston, the Astros, I think, and then now in what's happening in the Texans in the NFL.
Yeah, later on in the show, we're going to talk more about Jack Easterby and what he's done since he's joined the Houston Texans in April of 2019. So stick around. We'll go through his many esteemed accomplishments. Take that with a grain of salt if you want. James, got a good show today. We're going to talk a little bit more about recruiting. In the next hour, we're going to talk about Jack Easterby's total screw-ups. And then we're going to talk about UFC 258. I know we've been itching to talk a little UFC, MMA getting in the mix. I'm sure we'll have a quick rundown on that. But what have you been doing since you've been away for a couple of days? You've been preparing and getting emergency preparedness kits ready for this frigid ice winter. It's like the movie 2012 all over again.
Yeah, it is. We're not over here in Texas. We're not made for that.
We're definitely not built for that. No, not at all.
It had me rethinking that question you asked me about going to Lambeau and how. So it definitely had me rethinking it. And I was like,
getting cold feet, James?
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively?
I'd have to wear. I wouldn't be out there shirtless. I'll tell you that.
I don't know how those guys do that.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are they just hopped up on booze, or do you think that they're just so macho? I'm gonna come out here with my shirt off.
Probably both.
Are you talking about the fans? Or are you talking about the players?
Yeah, the fans.
Yeah, those dudes are dumbasses.
Yeah.
They're just dumbasses. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
They're not thinking. Is what they're not, aren't they?
No, they're not.
So what else have you been doing?
I had a good stream today.
Okay.
Yeah, I played some Apex Legends, which is what I mainly stream, and I had my buddies in there talking and whatnot. So it was pretty fun.
Growing your followers on there?
Yeah, I haven't really been promoting the page a whole lot, but we'll get there.
I want to get into that streaming stuff. I don't want to do any first person shooter and all that. I just want to play NBA or FIFA, and I want to play Madden. And then when that NCAA game comes out, I'm going to set up a dynasty mode, and I'm going to go take Texas State to win a natty. That's what I'm doing. I love it. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get into a break real quick. We started the show a little bit early. I'm going to go ahead and regroup and get things set up for the next block. We're about 10 minutes into the show. Go grab a snack, use the bathroom, do what you got to do. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, everybody. It is February 12th, 2021. What does that mean? That means Valentine's Day is Sunday. Boys, you better get prepared. She doesn't want flowers. She doesn't want chocolate. She wants you to bring home literally the bacon. And in this instance, she wants you to bring home your local butcher's heart-shaped prime steaks. Go drop $25 on a steak, maybe a couple dollars on a potato, $10 bottle of wine, and make sure that you take care of that special someone in your life, because I'm sure she's done putting up with your shit. James, are you already prepared for Sunday?
Am I?
Are you? Yeah.
I mean,
is this your notice?
Valentine's Day is year-round for me.
Oh, very nice spin. Very nice save there. Very nice. You've been taught well, sir. I salute you.
What is this, prime one? What is this?
Those are prime steaks. Those are what the USDA has graded the highest quality steak.
Is that a his and hers in there?
Bro, if it was me, I'm gonna have to get two of them bad boys. I'm gonna say sorry, sweetheart. I'm gonna have to have one for you and one for me. This isn't no split skis going on Valentine's Day. You wouldn't want me to split my love up, would you? No, I don't think so. So you're getting your own. But yeah, man. I mean, I was watching stupid social media, and there was something on there where one of the girls was saying they don't want flowers, they don't want chocolates, they want you to cook for them. So apparently, HEB got the notice. #NoAd. They got the notice and put out heart-shaped steaks. I bet you they just probably cut a round steak and then butterflied it and made it into that pan shape. But hey, man,
HEB's on point.
They're trying to help you out, aren't they? Trying to raise your game a little bit. You want to impress that special someone, go ahead and do it with a $25 prime steak. That is a great commercial for HEB. They did not pay us, but maybe in the future they would like to cut a check. Until then, we're going to move on to some high school recruiting in the Austin area. Actually, we got the first recruit, Caden Fortson, 4-star defensive back out of Sabine High School. We did mention him yesterday. He picked up an offer from Tulsa. Very cool to see him do that. Cedar Park's James Hestera, is committed to the University of Colorado, and he will become a Buffalo. Lots of kids kind of go into that Pac-12 area to get more offers, or as they get more offers, and joining those young people out there. So much stuff going on right now. Emmanuel Ibina, who we did mention yesterday, did pick up another offer. I'm trying to make sure that I go to my timeline so I can kind of see the name of that university that he did pick up, and that was by Wisconsin Lutheran College up north. This Wisconsin, man, it just kind of keeps coming back. J.J. Watt, Green Bay Packers, Wisconsin Lutheran, just plucking all that Texas talent, making sure they get things done right. We want to shout out Bray Lynch, the running mate of Connor Robertson, who we've mentioned plenty of times. Bray Lynch, offensive lineman for the Westlake Chaparrals, who are the two-time defending state champions in 6A for the state of Texas. Bray Lynch has been offered today as a 3-star recruit by Duke University, very well known for a basketball school, but trying to garner some talent out of Texas. So many more things coming out. We got this kicker, man, out of Rouse High School. His name is Will Fisher. He was kicking punts today in 25-degree weather.
Damn.
Man, talk about for the brand.
Dedication.
I mean, high schoolers trying to get out there and do their thing, showing it to the world, trying to get better offers. He has a few offers right now for some Division II schools up north in Kansas. So for him to be kind of kicking that ball in inclement weather, I think that bodes well for universities who are in those, very, very harsh winter areas in the United States. Anthony Thornburg, Leander, wide receiver, has committed today to Bethany College, the home of the Swedes. So shout out to Anthony for getting that into us, and we did post that up for him. We will have all the rest of those posts outside of Caden and outside of Anthony Thornburg's. We'll have the rest of those posted tonight on Recon Athlete. You can kind of see all up to date on who is being recruited and where they're going, where they've been committed, or where they have signed their national letter of intent on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Recon Athlete. shout out to Chris and Zach. They'll be doing their Chris and the Kid podcast on Facebook Live tomorrow at Recon Athlete on Facebook. Go over, say hello, say good morning. Zach will be fashionably late, as he always is. Maybe Snoop may sit in a little bit for him as they get through. Did you catch me last night on 104.9 The Horn?
Me?
Yeah.
I did not.
You did not? Okay.
I did not.
No, it's okay. It's late, man. 9 o'clock. I mean, I know you a family man. You got to make sure the children's get in bed at the right hour.
Yeah.
But we talked to Snoop last night, a little bit about recruiting, a little about what's going on in the football arena. That guy, man, he just works. He works his tail off covering high school athletics and the lifestyle of all these high school athletes. So it's fun time right now. That dead period, man, it's kind of coming. Right as we get into the spring, right before prom time in the high school area, all the recruiting's just going to die down. And then it'll ramp back up right at the middle of May. We'll start getting the 7-on-7 tournaments. God willing, we get the 7-on-7 tournaments. And once that SQT, that's the state qualifying tournament for the state 7-on-7 championship, once that start getting released, we'll have those posted on Recon Athlete. That'll be all updated. So if you'd like to go watch, most times it's free. There's no charge to go watch the local state qualifying tournaments.
Were those canceled last year?
Yeah, man. Like because COVID hit mid-March of 2020, and everybody still dropped the schedules because they were like, "Oh, it'll be over in a month or two. It's not that big a deal," they said. There'll be a 15-day home stay.
It'll be gone by summer.
It'll be gone in the summer. This heat will kill it, they said. It's February 12th, 2021, and people still have stay-at-home orders and lockdown orders. And did you see what happened in Australia at that tennis tournament?
Yeah.
Like mid-tournament, 6 people get COVID down the street, and they say, everybody in here, take your ass home. There's been a COVID leak. We're in fear for your life. Some old haggard woman just straight up pulled her mask down and gave him the bird right in the stands. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
Man, she just did. She's like, I ain't going home to eat a Vegemite sandwich. I'm just doing my thing here. Let me have my cold drinks.
Did they allow the tennis match to continue?
No, it all stopped.
Everybody
they just shut it all down. So hopefully we get the 7-on-7 tournaments going into the summertime. Usually they're housed. One's at Westlake, one's at Lake Travis, and one's at Westwood High School. I don't know why it's those. I mean, I have a good idea, but there's no definitive reason on why they're there. There's probably maybe just more room. But lots of stuff still to come. I'm looking forward to the 7-on-7 tournament, like the championship, and that's usually at A&M. That's usually at College Station. I've been there once. It was fun. I covered it back in the day with Snoop and Chris, and it's like a 2-day doozy. Blur. It's fun though. You get to see pretty much every top elite athlete in Texas in one location.
When you say y'all covered it, did y'all like go and hang out over there?
Chris and I drove. Snoop drove separately, and we had our cameras and we're like filming each game. And we were sticking mainly to the Austin teams that played each other, and then. It's like a tournament style. So if you win, you advance. If you lose, you go to the loser's bracket, and then you kind of come back, and it's to elimination. And to get there, to be invited, you have to win an SQT tournament in your area. And so a lot of times, like the top two, whoever places first and second will get an automatic invitation to go to the state tournament. So usually what will happen is, like let's say Westlake wins their tournament. If they beat everybody in the Lake Travis tournament, they'll take the top 2 teams underneath them, or they'll maybe excuse themselves from the final. It'll be something like that. So they'll give an opportunity for more schools to kind of go in there and get an opportunity to go play at the state title. But dude, like the ballers you see, like who are gonna play on Sunday, they stick out. They're just like, oh, okay. Yeah, that guy's going to be an NFL quarterback. That guy's going to be an NFL receiver.
Nice.
You get to kind of see that while they're still in high school. It's a fun time. What are we doing during break?
Restroom.
Bathroom break. Bathroom. All right, y'all. So stupid. We're going to go ahead and take a break real quick. When we come back, we're going to talk about Jack Easterby's total mishap since 2019. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show at Studio 44. Producer James running the board. Shout out to Papa Romeo. Appreciate your help this week. Jack Easterby, former chaplain, holy roller, guy leading Cal McNair and his multi-billion-dollar organization. Let's go ahead and take a look at his body of work since he joined the Houston Texans in April of 2019. This is what they've accomplished since then. General Manager Brian Gaine fired. Houston Texans receiver DeAndre Hopkins traded for a bag of balls. Head coach Bill O'Brien terminated. Head of PR Amy Plassick fired. President Jamie Roots resigned on conditions. He was conditionally resigning later so that it wouldn't be such a mass exit from the other departures. Team captain J.J. Watt released. And Deshaun Watson, their star quarterback, who they just signed last season, demanding a trade out of H-Town due to the guidance that Jack Easterby is giving Cal McNair and the Houston Texans. What is going on? James, it's a shit show right now over there. Now, they think everything is, copacetic. They think everything is nice and dandy. But right now, it doesn't look like that on paper. It looks like everything is all out of sorts. And I don't know who's going to fix this. It's certainly not Cesario, the GM that they brought in. And it definitely ain't going to be Dave Culley, the head coach. It's going to have to be Cal McNair having a moment of clarity to demote or remove Easterby and let either Cesario do his job or bring in someone who's going to give more confidence in guiding this ship in the right direction.
How does that happen you had stated that sources have said that they believe that they are making the right decisions behind the scenes and all that.
Right.
So what's it going to take for that to happen?
Time right now.
Yeah.
Because in the short term, I don't think Deshaun's going anywhere at all. I think he's going to stay due to the fact that they know his value. They just do, and they're going to tell him, you either retire and pay us our $21 million, or you play. We're not going to trade you. It ain't going to happen. I don't see a way that they trade him this year.
That's unfortunate.
He could play hardball and sit out and then pay the fine, or have the next team that trades for him pay that fine. But, do you want to really waste 2 years of your career? There was audio taken of JJ saying he's sorry that they wasted one of his years. And it did not work out for Le'Veon Bell sitting out that year. It just didn't. So what do? Do you go run for your life for another, this time maybe 17 weeks with the NFL year getting extended? What would it take? What do you think it would take? Because it's not going to be a coach, it's not going to be a GM, and it's definitely not going to be Deshaun making decisions in the front office. What type of players do they have to bring in, either through free agency or through the draft, that would make Deshaun want to go play?
I don't know. I think I've always been a believer, like, once you request a trade, your mind's made up and you don't want to be there.
Yeah, 100% that's true, but let's play devil's advocate real quick and see, who's going to be available for them to want to go do that? They just lost JJ. All eyes are going to be on Deshaun for being the team captain, team leader in the locker room. He has nobody to kind of help him. Laramie Tunsil, not working out. Who else is on there? Will Fuller, what's Will Fuller going to do? Run a go route and pull his hamstring? There's no help for him to be there. They would have to bring in an alpha defensive player to kind of offset or balance out the locker room, and he would need a big-time offensive player.
Yeah. Maybe
veteran, maybe OBJ. OBJ wants to go play with Tom, apparently. So if a deal maybe got done with OBJ and the Texans, I think that would make Deshaun a little happier.
I think OBJ was like, oh, Antonio Brown, you did it. Why can't I do it?
Just kind of putting it out there. Who else do you think would be
true?
What running back would make him more comfortable, free agent wise?
Who's gonna want to go over there?
That's a good question. Who's gonna want to go? Who in the draft would Houston? I mean, they don't even have draft picks.
Because I see a guy in Aaron Jones whose contract's up.
Right. That's who I was kind of waiting for you to bring up.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, like, would Aaron Jones want to go? I mean, who would want to go over there, right?
Right.
It's like what's intriguing? What would draw somebody to go to Houston?
Deshaun Watson is the only thing.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that would.
And even he doesn't want to be there. So who's to say that he's going to be there when you arrive?
Exactly. And that's the situation. Is like the Texans are going to hold the contract over Deshaun to say you either play or you retire and give us our money back. I mean, that's kind of where it is. And if Deshaun wants to go do that, fine. But I mean, I think that's a very bad optic. Very bad optic for Deshaun Watson.
It's kind of just, we own you. Do what we paid you to do, or else, give us our money back.
Unless a deal can get done with a team, and I like San Francisco. For some reason, San Francisco just makes sense to me. It's in the NFC. It's out of the AFC. He'll go to the West. He'll go with Kyle Shanahan. They'll dominate. They'll be in the conversation for Super Bowl contender. I mean, it would literally be, because you got to give respect to Tom Brady. It would be Tom Brady. I'm going to say the LA Rams. Then if Deshaun went to San Francisco, I'd say San Francisco. And then, unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. That's just kind of where I see it. Because Aaron's not exactly getting help either. I mean, I know Lazard's there. I know MVS is there. Tunyon is kind of coming into his own. But Aaron Jones is on the block. You got two good running backs behind him. I get it. But that offensive line that's something else we need to think about. Offensive line was the storyline for the Super Bowl, for the loss of the Chiefs. It was the detriment. Bakhtiari going down was the detriment for Green Bay.
Yep. I
mean, Russell Wilson complaining he's getting hit too much. Offensive line.
By the way, I've heard that relationship is pretty sour.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go down to Texas here, Dallas, Texas, and get all these people riled up real quick.
Oh, you think you have it bad?
No, yeah,
we're going to show you.
Well, I mean, I think the offensive line would be a lot more protective than the line up there. I mean, because you got to think about the left tackle Brown, when they did that deal to send Brown to Seattle. In exchange, I think they got, I can't think of who they got back on top of my head. Was it Clowney? No, they drafted Clowney. I'm sorry. Anyways, that deal for Brown, when they sent him to Seattle, they didn't get much back either for that one. I mean, I think the Laramie Tunsil trade kind of came into place with the draft picks, but the Houston Texans have just been a mess for 5 or 6 years, and it was all lipstick and makeup last year. Was it last year? 2 years ago. They had the Chiefs down 24-0 in the divisional playoff. You had a fall from grace from 2 years ago in the playoffs to 4-12 this year. Deshaun wanting out, your head coach getting fired, D-Hop getting traded, and now Deshaun Watson wants out after signing one of the highest paid contracts in the NFL for a quarterback.
Yeah.
Fall from grace.
That's an understatement.
I mean, it's almost like these kids out here using industrial strength Gorilla Glue as hairspray and creating. I just learned about this, y'all. I mean, apparently there's a girl out there putting industrial strength glue as hairspray. Come on, man. Y'all got to be smarter than that out there. What the hell are y'all thinking?
I did my research on this.
Yeah. It sounds, of all the things I need you to do research, you do it on this one? What? So what's the story?
Gorilla Glue Girl is what they're calling her.
Hashtag no ad.
Shocked the internet with her sticky situation. She garnered a lot of support from TikTok. So I always show this on TikTok.
So was she clout chasing?
I kind of think so, because you got to be a special kind of stupid to put Gorilla Glue in your hair.
Did she know it was Gorilla? Did she know it was glue?
So she said that she ran out of some sort of spray that like sticks your hair down, So she was all like, I used an alternative, which was Gorilla Glue. She knew it was Gorilla. She showed the bottle, and she was like, "Look, my hair has been like this for a week." And
I hope they cut her a fat ass check.
Dude, she started a GoFundMe.
What?
Because she said she had to have a surgery, and she did have the surgery to remove it.
Surgery?
Yeah, she had the surgery to remove the Gorilla Glue from her hair, and she started a GoFundMe hoping to raise $1,500, but she raised more than $13,000 in one day.
God bless her.
So with that being said, do you have any Gorilla Glue laying around?
I do. I got tape, but I don't got no glue. All right, folks, we're going to take a break real quick. Yeah, the breaks have been long. It's okay. We got a little technical difficulties. We wanted to make sure that our stream health was paramount and exceptional so that we could come back and give you a quality product. We're going to take a break real quick. It is 44 minutes after the hour. I'm going to go refill and refresh my drink. We'll be back.
I got a quick fact for you.
Ooh,
By February 12th, she had raised $22,000.
Bay's balling. Bay's balling. All right, y'all. Go get you. Maybe, I don't know. Whatever. Chase, do it for the clout. Welcome back, everybody. It is February 12th, 2021. This is the Paul Rodriguez Show. Producer James and I were just talking a little bit about something we usually don't talk about too much on the Paul Rodriguez Show. Let's get into some UFC 258s out of Vegas this time, right?
Yep.
Main card, middleweight matchup, Makai Pitolo versus Julian Marquez. In a lightweight matchup, Jim Miller versus Bobby Green. Middleweight, well-known Kelvin Gastelum versus Ian Heinisch. And then in the women's flyweight co-main event, Macy Barber versus Alexa Grasso. And in the welterweight championship title fight, main event, Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Burns. Let's get into that lightweight matchup. Second of the main card, Jim Miller and Bobby Green. How do you see this one going? That's tomorrow night. UFC pay-per-view, James.
I'm gonna say Bobby Green TKO if I had to give a prediction.
So you're giving a straight up just how this is gonna go down.
Yeah. I had the privilege of watching Bobby Green fight in Austin a few years back. It was actually, God, I want to say it was 2000. I want to say it was like 2014, 15. It was when Paige Van Zandt made her debut into the UFC. It was UFC Austin, but he is he's hungry.
Yeah.
And he's very technical. He's well versed on striking. Jim Miller is more of like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He can strike, but he also grapples very well. But he's just been in so many wars. I think that, you know, as the wars wear on, your body becomes less durable.
So he's the older fighter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me fact check that. Oh, yes, he is 37 years old.
Okay.
Bobby Green is 34 years old. So I see Bobby Green TKO.
Yeah, man. I mean, you can definitely see the fight disparity between Jim Miller and Bobby Green based off their records. Man, what is that? Nearly almost 50 fights for Jim Miller.
Yeah.
Compared to maybe like 30 for Bobby Green. Moving on, Kelvin Gastelum versus Ian Heinisch. It's a middleweight matchup, non-title fight. Kelvin Gastelum, man, I've been watching those UFC embeds and seeing him kind of get ready for this fight. I mean, he's a well-known guy. He's more of maybe the established veteran of that middleweight division, with Ian coming up being more of the hungrier fighter. What's going to happen in this one? Where are we putting our money?
It's hard to bet against Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the one that's taken Israel Adesanya, which is the middleweight champion, to
Limits.
Yeah, to his limits.
Deep
But
water.
Actually put a beating on him. You know, he just looked fucked up.
Tore him up.
Yeah, tore him up. Took him the distance, and I think it might have been a split decision. It's hard to go against Gastelum, but I feel like he's been on the skid as of late. But we'll see what happens. I got my money on Kelvin Gastelum.
Is this going to be a knockout? Is somebody getting bloodied up? I mean, what are we looking at? I mean,
I'm going to say decision. Hard fought decision.
No neck snapping in this one.
No, not this one.
Damn.
No.
All right. And then the women's flyweight division, Alexa Grasso, the Mexican fighter, versus Macy Barber, the American. A lot of people talking about Alexa Grasso and her boxing skills. She's a Mexican fighter, so I know how they like to put their hands up down south. What is going to be the decision what's going to be the outcome for these two fighters?
So we have Alexa Grasso coming in. She's 12-3. She has 4 TKOs, 8 decision victories. Macy Barber, on the other hand, I'm real high on Macy Barber.
Okay.
She's 8-1. She has 5 TKOs, 2 submissions, 1 decision. She's on the rise, and she is a very hungry fighter. And she's people they call her the future, you know, because she's the future. You know, I feel like. I like Macy Barber.
Or she just gets dropped by those, Mexican haymakers coming across.
It can happen.
I mean, puncher's chances. What you saying?
Sounds like a bet, Paul.
I mean, we'll have to maybe talk about that one. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'll ride with the Mexicanos on this one.
Yeah.
Ride it out. Then the main event, welterweight championship title on the line. Kamaru Usman, Gilbert Burns. You have the Nigerian versus the Brazilian. Man, these dudes. I mean, Kamaru Usman swagged out. Gilbert Burns, more of the family man, gritty. Is he a black belt, jiu-jitsu black belt? Brazilian?
Burns?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, he is.
He looks like just a monster, bro.
Yeah, he's on a 6-fight winning streak.
Yeah.
And his last loss was to Dan Hooker, July 7th, 2018. If you know Dan Hooker, he's just like, he's tough. He's one of those tough guys, you know, so you can't really blame him for that. But I got to give it to Kamaru Usman on this one, because I feel like Usman is one of the most underrated fighters, one of the underrated champions that's out there right now.
Really?
I mean, it's hard to say that a champion is underrated, but I mean, he beat Colby Covington. He beat Jorge Masvidal. He's almost beat like a who's who in the division, and you know, he's a champion for a reason. So I'm gonna say Usman in decision.
So you think this one goes the distance, Will?
Yes.
Where are the knockouts, man? That's what I'm looking for on this card. Like, is it just going to be the prelims where we may see those knockouts? Because I'm talking about, like, somebody's got to win these bonuses, right?
Yeah. This guy, I would definitely check the prelims.
Man, but Gilbert Burns, dude, like, he just throws nasty, nasty haymakers.
Yeah.
I mean, if he catches Usman, can he drop him? Or is it just like,
I haven't seen
it's going to be too hard to catch?
I haven't seen him take a whole lot of shots, so I feel like his chin is pretty durable to take those shots, you know. So I wouldn't bet on Burns boxing either. I would bet on him taking him down and trying to do something on the ground, get that jiu-jitsu working.
He's gonna stick to his home country's national sport,
definitely
jiu-jitsu. I don't know, man, but Usman's style, that's kind of like, I know he's Nigerian, but dude, he's got American flair for sure. The way he just comes out, behaves, shit talks. I mean, he's fun. Like, if I'm going to put the money, it may have to go with Usman.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for the knockouts. Where are they at, man?
So we have the, let's see here.
You going in the prelims?
Trying to find them.
You going to go deep dive?
Deep diving.
Let the people know, James.
I don't see anything notable here.
Yeah, that means they're shit. That's what that means. All right. Maybe we'll get some action with that Patolo Marquez fight. Maybe there'll probably be some action with a knockout there. James, are you watching anything new? Is there anything, you know?
Anything new?
Besides the streaming, like, what else do you just what, dude, football's gone, man.
What else do I do?
Do you know what's going on with football tomorrow?
Football tomorrow?
McNeese State, Tarleton State, 3:30. It's probably gonna be like a live stream or something. I'll have to find the link. If I find the link, I'll drop it in my bio on Instagram. Go follow the Paul Rodriguez Show on Instagram at Paul Rodriguez Show. Give us a like, give us a follow. And if I find that link for the McNeese State, Tarleton State game, drop it in there. Dude, all those games, like next week, apparently there's like 20 plus college football games that are going to be available. I don't know if they're going to be on TV, but last week I was looking at Twitter and Trinity University was live streaming their football game down in San Antonio, that D3 school. So there's college football because everybody didn't play in the fall because of COVID. So now, apparently COVID's over, and now they're playing football in the spring.
So what are these, like makeup games or just?
This was supposed to be their schedule. It's going to be adjusted because they can't play in conference, but that's why you have McNeese State playing. You have an FCS school. Well, they're both FCS schools. You have those two FCS schools playing. Tomorrow. I think there's more games that are just like really smaller schools, but McNeese State and Tarleton was something that will definitely be available. I don't know, how it's probably not gonna be on cable or anything, but if I find it, I'll definitely drop it in the Paul Rodriguez Show Instagram bio so y'all can all tune in if you feel like it. I mean, because football's gone, man. Football's gone until not until as December, as they say. I don't know what they say, but it'll be back. Just not like the way we're used to it.
Are these times one of like part of your more darker days of the year?
Not darker. It's more of like more rest, more recharging, kind of like the vacation. But when March comes, like free agency starting, the new league year starting, franchise tags have to be established, and then we get into the combine. They're not going to have it this year, but the pro days are kind of going on right now. Did you get a chance to see Urban Meyer literally hovering over Trevor Lawrence at his pro day today?
I did not.
He was literally like 5 yards away while, you had Urban Meyer and then you had Trevor Lawrence, with his flowing locks, throwing balls to the receivers at Clemson.
Where'd he go, to Jacksonville?
Who's that?
Urban Meyer?
Yeah, he's the head coach at Jacksonville.
That's right.
Yeah, so, there's apparently some controversy there too. We'll probably save that for Monday.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. With this Doyle guy that they brought in from Iowa, who was released 9 months ago for some very racial comments. Urban Meyer better not. I mean, he's known to screw things up and leave a mess for somebody else to clean up. Shad Khan, bro, maybe you should have done more homework because the way things are looking right now is not good at all. But we'll save that for Monday. TV shows, watching anything new?
I'm gonna go home.
Do you do Netflix?
I have it, yeah.
Hulu?
But yeah, I have Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus.
Okay, so are you steadily on the Disney Plus with the WandaVision?
Well, we're doing WandaVision, but something to link with what you just said about somebody getting fired for statements or whatever. I don't know what you just said, but so Gina Carano, who is a former MMA fighter. She's actually like one of the first women pioneer before Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Women to kind of take women's MMA to the next level. She is one of the main characters. I guess she's a supporting role on The Mandalorian. She was recently fired from Disney in her role.
What'd she do?
In The Mandalorian. So she is one of those pro-Trumpers, anti-maskers. And she's
American, is what you're saying.
She's it depends on what your definition of being American is.
Well, if you're born here, you're an American.
True.
Okay.
So anyways,
what does she do?
She's very vocal on her Twitter.
Okay.
To be blunt. But we'll be talking about that tomorrow on Dark Side of the Mic. We're gonna do a little special Saturday episode, and people are hunkered down. It's cold. You shouldn't be going nowhere. You should be cozy,
What cozy?
Cuddled up by the fire with your hot cocoa, and put on some Dark Side for the family and come hang out.
It's a family show now. I don't know. I've watched that. I don't know if it's a family show, but if you're with your boo on Valentine's, make sure you tune into Dark Side of the Mic. I don't know if they can put that on Disney Plus.
No, definitely
Probably not. All right, y'all. That's a Friday show. Thank you very much for everybody tuning in all week long. Go check out Dark Side tomorrow. What time are that going on air?
TVA.
For those out there who know, you go talk to that guy. All right, guys. Much love. We'll see y'all on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. We're gone.